Hello from Varma. I hope all of you are fine. I thought I'll have a big break and have my next teaching session only in August. But Varaveena School of Music, Irijnalakuda just approached me to take a 2-day teaching session on Saturday and Sunday, June 29th and 30th. Indian Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it would be 2.5 hours each day, total of 5 hours. So if you register, you will get the video of the complete session, which you can watch again and again and make use of and benefit from. So for registration, please message +91 999 58 34829. So +91 999 58 34829. So only online workshop by Varaveena School of Music, June 29-30, Saturday, Sunday, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So this is the main information why I'm making this video. But I wanted to share something else related to this workshop, related to one ragam which I hope to share with you, which I have never sung before. In India, we have two systems of classical music, the North Indian Hindustani and the South Indian Carnatic traditions. Over the centuries, over the years, there have been a lot of extremely positive interaction, connection and exchange between these two systems. So starting with Sangeeta Pitamaha Sri Purandaradasa, who was the ultimate, he was a master. It's like one umbrella of entire Bharatiya Sangeeta, Bharatiya Shastri Sangeetam, without differentiating between Hindustani or Carnatic. Indian music, the boss, the king was Purandaradasa. But after his time, there have been great masters, both in Hindustani system and in Carnatic system. There have been people who have been very closed and opposed to the other system. In Carnatic music, for example, there are people who will not only not recognize Hindustani music, but who will not even listen to any other school other than what their teacher and teacher's teacher they do. So it is their loss only. Same way, there are so many Hindustani musicians who won't even listen to Carnatic music. So that is their problem. But I would like to share some thoughts about the wise people who took the best from each other's tradition. If we take something like cooking, for example, somebody who doesn't know any cooking tries to learn South Indian cooking, it would be one result. But somebody who is already an expert in North Indian cooking, if they try to learn South Indian cooking, it would be much easier because you are already a master in one system. So even unrelated systems like South Indian cooking and Western cooking and Japanese cooking, it's very unrelated. But basically, if you are an accomplished cook in one system, it would be definitely much more easy for you to master another tradition of cooking than somebody who doesn't know any cooking. Same with music. I find I have had the privilege of interacting with great masters, starting with my Veena Guru, Professor K.S. Narayanaswamy sir, who was so rooted in the traditional Carnatic South Indian Sampradaya music, but his knowledge and insight into Hindustani music was absolutely mind-blowing. It was incredible. But when he played Begada and Surati, it would be pure vegetarian Carnatic Begada and Surati. So that is also amazing. It's not like if you have Hindustani knowledge, that doesn't mean that when you play Kalyani, Yaman will come. So one should know when consciously to do something and when to avoid. If we sing pure Kalyani, means there won't be any Yaman, it will be pure Kalyani only. So that is one side. Then there have been traditional ragas which have been handed down to us for several centuries. There are modern ragas also, relatively modern and very modern ragas. So speaking about these ragas, my Guruji Dr.M.Balamuralikrishna sir, for example, there's a set of ragas which are associated with Balamuralikrishna, but there are two categories of these ragas. One is an existing raga from the Hindustani tradition. For example, Hindustani music has Malkons, which is our Hindolam. They have Chandrakons also, which is like Malkons, Hindolam, with a big nishadam. So suppose Zaga Mada Nisa Sa Nida Maga Sada Nisa. This is Hindolam, Malkons. So Zaga Maga Sa Ni Ni Sada Ni Zaga Mada Ni Ni Sa Ni Da Ga Da Ma Gamaga Saga Nisa. This big nishadam, this is called Chandrakons. So Balamurali sir heard Chandrakons, and we didn't have that in Carnatic music. So he imported it to South Indian classical music and called it Chandrika. Of course, with his very charming Telugu accent, he would call it Chandrika. So Chandrika is Chandrakons. Then there is Chaya Nat. Gopala Gokula Vallabhi Priya Gopa Gosuta Vallabham. This Gamare Pama Dada Pare Gama Pamaga Sani. This kind of thing, it's Chaya Nat. We didn't have Chaya Nat in Carnatic music. So because the song has Gopala Gokula Vallabhi in the Sahityam, Balamurali sir called it Vallabhi. Then there are several ragas which he made, like Lavangi, which has only 4 notes. So till that time, there is the rule that for a raga to be called a raga, it had to have at least 5 notes. So Balamurali sir made 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then Mahati, Saga Pani Sani Pagani. These are some of the 4-note ragas. Then he made one raga with only 3 notes, which had Shadjam, Madhyamam and Pancham. Sama Pa Sa Pa Ma Sa. So when I joined him, it was in 1995. At that time, I had absolutely no idea about the wealth of creations he had made. Both ragas he created, talas he created, compositions, and the tunes he had given to lyrics of other people like Purandradasa, Annamacharya, Bhadrasal Ramadasa, Sadasiva Brahmendra, Jayadeva, Kaiva Ramaranaryana, even Maharaja Swatrana. He used to sing, even before I met him, he used to sing Jamuna Kinare and Aaj Aaye Sham Mohan. So these are his tunes. So I was fascinated by how much material he had done. So when I joined him, he taught me Uma Sutam. Uma Sutam Namami, which is Samamapa Sapama Samapa, 3 notes. So then once I started learning more and more of his compositions, I started giving lecture demonstrations featuring his compositions or his contribution to music, the way he sang, his tunes for other people's compositions and all that. So then I found that 3-note ragam, there is only this one. So I told him, sir, again and again I am singing Uma Sutam. Can you make one more ragam with 3 notes? So he would never say no, and he would never say yes either, but you can see from his eyes that, yeah, good idea, that spark has been lit. So he'll say, let us see. He'll say, so let us see means something is coming. So the next day I went to his house and I have something for you, he said. So I was like, oh, wow. Then he said, no, yesterday you told no, something came. And then he came up with this 3-note ragam. Sa ga pa, so 1, 2, 3, and sa pa ga sa. And he made a beautiful composition called Gam Ganapatim. And on the spot he named the raga Ganapati. So this he has done with several other occasions also. He made a ragam on the Godavari Pushkaram, which happens once in many years. once after a gap of I think 12 or 14 years, something like that. So he made a ragam and for that occasion about Godavari Nadi and called it Pushkara Godavari. So because it was Godavari Pushkaram time. Like that he made this Ganapati. But so later, and it has 3 notes, and in the Sahityam it goes Tribhuvana Sarvam Tvat Swarupam. Tribhuvana Sarvam Trikala Moolam Triloka Deepam. So in 3 lines the number 3 comes. So I told him, sir, it's so brilliant because 3 times in the lyrics the word 3 comes. So he said, oh, I never noticed that myself. It just came automatically. When I told him that, he is noticing. So that is the mark of a true Vagyakara. Vak being lyrics and Gaya means music. So Vagyakara, this spark, the spontaneous thing where they themselves don't know the whole thing, lyrics and music come together. That is the sign of an artist. While you can be a craftsman, can be a master craftsman also, where you do something but it is calculated. You sit, okay, I'm going to make a song on this god, in this ragam, in this talam, and this will be the meter. It will be nice, but it is something crafted, which is why there is a separate word in English, art and craft. So Balamurali sir made this Ganapati ragam. Then he laughed and told me, first when he made a 3-note ragam, 4-note ragam, there was such a big controversy. How can you break tradition by making 4-note ragam? Just like that, he made Umasutam, and he made a 2-note ragam also, which he called Omkari, which has just Sapa. That's also Sapa. So, when he had a fight with Veena Balachandar had made fun of him also, saying, oh, he made 4-note ragam, 3-note ragam, next he'll make a 2-note ragam, finally it will end in a single note. So that is the clash of the titans. That's a different story. So this 2-note ragam, Shubhamastu, Shubhamastu, Shubhamastu Tesha, Shubhamastu, Shubhamastu, Shubhamastu. I think there's a song. But it's not very appealing like Kedaram or Neelambari or something. He just did it to prove a point that, okay, even with 2 notes you can make a raga. This happened more than 35 years ago. Later, some unscrupulous people, they have taken the same things and claimed, see, first time there's a 2-note raga, 3-note raga, though this man has done it decades ago. That is another story again. Now, why I'm sharing all this is because this process of taking ragas from each system has been happening for a long time. So Pandit Ravi Shankar, for example, he took ma pa ni sa re sa ni pa ni pa ma re sa ni pa ni sa re ma re sa. This is Revati. So Revati was not there in Hindustani music till then. So Pandit Ravi Shankar took it and called it Bairagi. Some people, Bairagi Bhairav is also there. So Bairagi was taken, Revati taken by Pandit Ravi Shankar to Hindustani music. So always this very beautiful exchange of ragas has been happening. If you look at great percussionists, for example, if you look at Guruvar Dore, if you see Guruvar Dore's left hand, the gumki, topi, it's unbelievable. And he has learned tabla, for example. If you look at Ustad Zakir Hussain and his percussion ensemble, you will always find one, if not more, South Indian percussionists with him. And there is South Indian rhythm is so rich and so phenomenal, and Zakir Hussain's brain is so sharp that he realizes the value of the wealth of material that South Indian percussion has, and he's taken so much from South Indian percussion. If you look at M.S. Gopalakrishnan violin playing, he's learned Hindustani music also. So there's always this beautiful flow of Hindustani and Carnatic, which always inevitably makes both better. The problem comes when we are not very strong or very thorough in one system. Then we try this and that. Then what we sing comes out as neither Carnatic nor Hindustani, nor light, nor devotional. Some thing comes out, which is the identity is lost, which is why the traditional people, they talk about Bani and Gharana and school of music and whatever. So in my case, for example, I am 55 years old now. From the time I was born, I have been listening to Hindi film songs like old film songs before my time and the film songs with which I grew up in 1970s and 80s. But I have been singing Shankarabaranam and Bhairavi and Kalyani and Todi all these years from 1982. It is only during the pandemic and lockdown, when I was stuck in this room for nearly 2 years, that I finally sang a few Kishore Kumar or Mukesh or Muhammad Rafi songs. Now, after singing Carnatic music for 33, 34 years, after singing Carnatic music in public for 30, 35 years, but in private from 1982 to now, I'm still learning Carnatic music. So I'm so rooted in that. Now if I sing a Western song or a Hindi film song, nothing is going to happen to my Shankarabaranam or Kalyani. So that is another side. Though we should take ideally good things from each system, we should also be very, very grounded and rooted in our own system. Then it's a luxury actually just to take nice things from other systems without losing our identity of our traditional Shastriya South Indian Carnatic music. Now coming to what I hope to share with you, on 29th and 30th, I am hoping to share one ragam which is said to have been again invented by Maharaja Swati Tirunal, who was a master at both Hindustani and Carnatic music. So if you just hum, it can sound like ne re ga pa ma ga ri if we sing in Madhyama Shruti, but this is not Madhyama Shruti, this is normal sa pa sa. So will be not ne re ga, it will be ga pa da sa ni da pa re ga re da sa re ga da pa re ga pa da re sa da pa re ga re sa ni da sa re ga da pa ma ga ga. This is called Mohana Kalyani. Sa re ga pa da sa mohanam sa ni da pa ma ga re sa Kalyani. So Mohana Kalyani, they say that Maharaja Swati Tirunal was the one who invented. But invented means like Balamurali sir did with Chandrakans or Pandit Ravi Shankar did with Bairagi Revati. This ragam is a traditional existing ragam in Hindustani music called Shuddha Kalyan. So Maharaja must have learned Shuddha Kalyan and realized that we don't have that in Carnatic music. So he made Mohana Kalyani. Mohana Kalyani, of course, many people have made their mark. Lalgudi Jayaraman sir, he's made a beautiful Tillana which is very, very appealing. In fact, my first exposure to this ragam was Lalgudi Jayaraman's Tillana. He made a LP record with a film orchestra, I think by a music director called Shyam or something like that. It was called The Dance of Sound, with his Tillanas with orchestra, film orchestra. So as a kid I listened to that and I used to feel so attracted to that. So then Bhuvaneshwari, Mutaya Bhagavatar has made, which Madhuramani Iyer sings so sweetly. Like anything Madhuramani Iyer sings will be so sweet. So many people have made their own mark. But the origin was in South Indian classical music, the origin of Mohana Kalyani was from Shuddha Kalyan taken by Maharaja Swati Tirunal. So this is one of the many ragas, not only the composition, but we'll have some acquaintance or essay with the ragam also on the, I forgot the date, let me see, 29th and 30th of June. So you won't find any video of me singing Mohana Kalyani online simply because I have not sung Mohana Kalyani online. So please feel welcome to register by messaging +91 99958 34829. And then if that time, Saturday, Sunday, Indian time, 6:30 to 9, you are not awake, you are at the other end of the world, absolutely no problem. Once you register, you will get the video of the entire session. And other than this, what I'll teach, slowly, I'll try and give little hints during the coming few days. If not, you are still most welcome to enjoy Shuddha Kalyan / Mohana Kalyani. Bye.